The Danelaw Way, 60 miles from Lincoln to Stamford.
Windy! So this is day 4 of the Danelaw Way. We're back in the village of Ropsley, the church just behind me there, and we are heading south.
Take the next left.
This way, Danny. Really, round the wrong side of the post as usual. Right, going to go to the golf course, so just pop Danny back on his lead. Right, let's just double check which way the path goes, Danny. It's a very small golf course. It's only 9 holes, but it's pretty compact. As you can see, we're just crossing one of the fairways. So after quite a lot of Roman influence on our walk yesterday, today apparently takes us on some prehistoric routes which traders and I suppose migrating tribes or visiting tribes would have used. So I'm quite looking forward to this. And the village of Castle Bytham, which is where we're going to end up today, is meant to be very smart as well. So we're looking forward to it.
Now turn left on the path.
Definitely going to rely on our friendly Viking, keeping us going in the right direction. I have to say I've been very impressed with how good these bridges are, and most styles, and there's been very, very few styles, but on the whole it's such a well maintained route. And I don't know if that's down to the Ramblers, because obviously it's a route that they designed, or if Lincolnshire County Council are particularly good at responding to issues when they arise, but it definitely helps as a walker. I don't know if you can hear the bird song. Probably my microphone won't pick it up, but it's just me, my dog, the birds, nobody else around. I will put the name of this woods on the screen because we're passing through alongside quite a few patches of ancient woodland today as we follow this ancient path, which, as I said, dates back to prehistoric times, long before the Romans came along. So I had a look on the map, and let me just check you can hear me on the microphone. There we go, that's better. So I checked on the map, and that last wood we went through was Curtain Wood, and then woods coming up. In fact, it might even be that woodland to my right there. That's Little Bothby Wood, and then after a little bit further, possibly those woods up ahead, then bigger woods, would be Ingoldsby Wood. Telling you about the woods that I did not notice, but we actually go left here, and that is a different footpath that's going across the field. So it's this way. So that wood ahead of us that's going to be on our right hand side in a minute, that must be Little Bytham Wood. Go on, good boy. So this is Ingoldsby Wood, that we're walking along the edge of on the ancient Mere Way. And for travellers this would be very sheltered, walking this route. Those are the first bluebells I have seen. I think this would have a lot of them. Probably in another 2 weeks, I bet it'll be absolutely amazing. Right, we're leaving the woods now. A few hares and rabbits in that section we've just walked through. And now we're just heading along the road for a little while. As you can see, quite a huff puffy spaniel now. The temperature has just dropped a little bit, and the wind, we're sort of walking into it, so although we've got the hedges on our left, they're not really providing any shelter. Oh, and it's still quite pleasant, it is, but it's very early April. So I think we're about a third of the way in today's walk. Don't know if you can see behind me some deer fencing of that wood, which is literally to keep the deer off the crops that are there. So yeah, we're following this woodland, another small piece of woodland, and then we'll start to head into the village of Corby Glen, which again is a lovely village. Had quite a famous sheep fair there. In fact, it might still have it in the autumn. So we'll have a little look through Corby Glen on our way through. So this track that we're walking along is called Camp Lane. See, it's quite open farmland. A few cowslips. There's some farm buildings up ahead. Just opening out a little bit now. I don't think that's the village of Corby Glen, because we're obviously heading in this direction. I'm not sure which village it is, but oh yeah, views. My app shows this as being off-grid. You basically come down the field where there were some horses grazing, and then you're just diverted along the edge of this field, because there's sheep in there, but it's pretty easy to follow. You can see where people have walked it. We've reached the village, Corby Glen. Come on, Danny, let's cross over.
Now take a sharp right onto Benham Road.
And I think we might stop at the village shop if it's open. It is a Saturday. Just want to see if I can get some plasters. I'm struggling with my big toe. I think that is the pub. One of the pubs in the village, and I think it's the Fighting Cocks, is reputed to be haunted. We've just stopped by the War Memorial at Corby Glen. I'm going to see if I can put some plasters on my big toe, because I am struggling with it. And Danny's having a couple of little snacks. Aren't you, Danny? Good boy. So there we are, leaving Corby Glen. So I don't know how much the camera will pick it up, but we are going quite steeply downhill now to the river at the bottom. I'm not sure what the river's called. I'll stick it on the video when I work it out. Definitely more of a stream than a river, but this is the West Glen River. Gone slightly off course. I carried on following the river, but I meant to follow a narrow path to a hedge line, which I think is this hedge line, to a lone tree, but then there's a few trees there. So I'm going to go up to this hedge line, because obviously there's no path because it's been ploughed. And then follow the hedge line up, and hopefully that will take us to the exit onto Swayfield Road. So there's the village of Corby Glen behind us. The line of trees is the river, and obviously there was no marked path, so I don't know if it was at that lone tree I was meant to turn up across the field. The tree in the hedge line I was heading towards was that, because there is the gap onto the road, and in the distance that is the East Midlands railway line, which we will be going underneath. This track that we're following is not the most exciting, sort of scenery wise. We're following parallel to the railway, so obviously I want to keep Danny on the lead, because even though there's arable field between us and the railway, I don't want him getting on the scent of something and getting too close to it. The railway be the other side of these fields here. Now the track has a slightly nicer appearance to it now, but it is quite a long, straight section. I wonder if the Romans were here before us. Still haven't crossed under the railway line yet. Time for a break. So after a short break, we're carrying on this long track, which I've just read in the booklet is called the Drove, as the name's... No, it's called the Drift. That's it, the Drift, which was for driving animals along, possibly going to the sheep market at Corby Glen. And also this bit we're on is called Rabbit Hill. So you might be able to see the power there for the railway to our right. We've got some nice woods to our left. The view is just opened out a bit. Don't know if you can see it above the hedge line. And the village of Swinstead will be somewhere up ahead, if the camera is going to pick this up. But over there in that field, I think that's a herd of deer, with one white one hiding in the middle. And obviously I put Danny on the lead as I could sort of see them in the distance, because I couldn't work out if it was some form of livestock or what it was. Sunbathing. Yeah, you're staying on the lead because you're not going deer coursing near a railway line, mister. So we're just getting on this road down to the edge of the village of Swinstead, and then we should do a right turn at some point, which will take us under the railway. Took a right there, you would get to the village of Swinstead. We're going on this track under the railway arches. If anyone's missing a Royal Enfield motorbike. Although actually there is a guy in biking gear just up on the hill over there. It's probably his. Bridges in the distance and the village of Swinstead. Where, hello Danny, according to the guide, there is accommodation there for anybody who's walking this and wants accommodation. As you can hear, it's a bit windy up here. Anyway, 2.5 kilometres to go. The footpath there, and I went around this track. So we are back on the footpath now. The views are opening up. Come on, little dog. We seem to be walking into a headwind, and we're making, well, I, not Danny, am making slower progress a bit today because I am struggling a bit with my big toe. We're just over 1 kilometre away from the church in Castle Bytham, but I'll swing the camera around and you'll be able to see the view of the village as we walk into it. Telling me not to follow that footpath, to go this way. Danny, just wait. Oh yes, there we are. My Viking, I couldn't see it, but there he is. Head towards the left. Hope you can hear me in this wind. Is the location of a castle that was there in the Doomsday times. I can't remember the name of the person who owned the castle, but you can see there, that's the Motte and Bailey. I'll put his name on the screen, with a view down over Castle Bytham. Level, well, below the Motte and Bailey, so you can see. Obviously, man-made to create it like that. But what a job that would have been to build that in the Middle Ages? Middle Ages? Well, pretty impressive anyway. As you can see, coming towards the village, and we are aiming for the church, which is over there.